Hello guys and welcome to another log of Digimon Pendulum Color Wind Guardians, and for today's log we have Palmon. So that's our first rookie that we're gonna evolve into, so that's cool. We have our evolution from Yokomon to Palmon. Anyway, before we continue today's log, just have to say if you're a fan of Digimon or raising virtual pets, you've come to the right channel because I document every Digimon that I raise and I upload at least twice a week. If you're interested in such content, go ahead and wrap the like and subscribe button with Palmon's Poison Ivy and turn on all notifications so you don't miss any of my uploads. Alright, let's get into Palmon's lore today. As usual, we start with etymology and origin of his name. Palmon is actually short for palm tree, so it's in relation to palm tree, so that's how he got his name, Palmon. Which, for some reason, I know I've read this profile before, but for some reason it didn't stick to me, but now yes, I'll remember. So that's how Palmon got its name. So in Digimon.net, let's look up its profile. It is a vegetation Digimon with a tropical flower growing on its head. Though it digivolved from Tanemon in a reptilian fashion, it's a rare type of Digimon classified as a vegetation Digimon based on its appearance and characteristics. During the day, Palmon opens its flower and leaf-like appendages to enable photosynthesis. Its root-like feet are usually buried in the ground, absorbing nutrients, but it can also use them to walk. So I just got to take a pause here because the profile clearly mentions Tanemon. Tanemon, if you know what Tanemon looks like, is the green color vegetation Digimon. But of course, the earlier lore, it was actually Yokomon that evolved into Palmon here. So remember at the end of it, sometimes Digimon does make some references to certain other Digimon as a precursor, but actually Digimon evolution routes are varied. So while those who are more accustomed to the anime, you will look at Digimon Adventure and say, yeah, Tanemon should evolve to Palmon, and Yokomon or Pyokomon evolves into Biyomon. That's true, and that's one way of evolution, but it's just one of the many ways of evolution. That's the lore of Digimon. A lot of Digimon can evolve into a certain type of Digimon, and that Digimon can evolve into many different types, crossing evolution lines. They're not limited to specific Digimon. So Palmon is not only achievable through Tanemon, right? Although they did mention that reference, as you can see here in this device alone, Pyokomon or Yokomon can evolve into Palmon as well. So, but those who are used to it will recognize that Yokomon should quote-unquote evolve into Biyomon, yeah? Because that's what we see in Digimon Adventure, we are used to that. So, but in this case, Yokomon can evolve into Palmon as well. And let's continue with the profile. So we were at, its root-like appendages, feet, are usually buried in the ground, absorbing nutrients, but it can also use them to walk. The flower on Palmon's head gives off a sweet scent when it's happy or enjoying itself, and a foul stench when it's angry or feels threatened. The latter is so bad that it can even send larger Digimon running. Palmon's special move is Poison Ivy, by which it wraps its foe in ivy laced with a strong poison. Anything hit by this attack is paralyzed. So yes, this description is very accurate, and it has been quite very well represented in Digimon World 1, because I played Digimon World 1 quite a bit, and yes, one of the bosses was Palmon, and back then when I first played it, I wasn't prepared to fight Palmon. I didn't know Palmon was that strong, so I almost got defeated, and yes, there was a lot of poisoning, and yeah, it's quite accurate when they portrayed Palmon in Digimon World 1. So yes, Palmon was not to be messed with. So take note, this Tanemon to Palmon evolution was actually mentioned in version 4. So there's Digimon Digital Monsters version 4, and that's where Tanemon was evolving into Palmon as one of the evolution lines. The weird thing is that if you think about it, Tanemon evolves into Palmon and Biyomon in version 4. And in version 4 Wing Guardians now, in Digimon Pendulum, Yokomon can evolve into Biyomon and Palmon. So the duality is there, right? Tanemon evolves into Biyomon and Palmon, but Tanemon is the one that's referenced as the canon, quote-unquote canon, or the most direct evolution line to Palmon. But here in Pendulum Color Wingardians, Yokomon evolves both into Pyomon and Palmon as well. So I think it's deliberate, I guess. By the way, the sprite on Palmon looks different between version 4 and Digital Monsters version 4 and the Digimon Pendulum version 4. So, but we'll talk more about sprite when we get to that. Anyway, since we're done with profile and etymology of his name, let's look at evolution conditions. And we do that, we have to go to humulos.com, my favorite go-to website for all your evolution condition needs. It's a great website created by Humulos, and it has everything. So it's the reason why I was able to document logs for Vital Bracelet BE, Digimon Color, Digimon Pendulum Color, and yeah, it has everything. So if you're ever lost trying to raise a specific Digimon on your virtual pet device, humulos.com is your friend. Just go there, you'll be able to get it. So Palmon here, its evolution condition, it evolves from Pyokomon, or aka Yokomon, and requires 0 condition heart. So treat it badly, give it lots of care mistakes, and then have 4 effort hearts. So train it a lot, and then you evolve from Yokomon to Palmon. So that's something interesting. And yes, I actually made a slight mistake in one of my earlier points there. I said Palmon appears in Digimon Pendulum version 4. Actually, in the OG version, Palmon appears in Digimon Pendulum version 4.5. So there's a 0.5 variant, and it is in the 0.5 variant where Palmon actually appears. And yeah, it's to give it more of that. I think it's to pay homage to the Digimon Adventure anime. So at the time when these devices were released, the anime has just been screened, and so Palmon has gained some popularity. They wanted to feature Palmon, and so Palmon was featured. But in version 4 Pendulum, it was actually Floramon that is the main data representative as a rookie. So Floramon, we'll get to her later, but for now, Palmon does appear, but it appeared in version 4.5. Fortunate thing is, in our Pendulum Color version 4, they don't split by version 4 and 4.5. Thank goodness, otherwise we have to buy like 2 devices. They just combine the version 4 and the version 4.5 lines into one version. So that's good for us. Good for us fans, we don't have to buy too many devices for too many replicative rosters. Yeah, back then, version 4 and version 4.5 had hardly any difference. It's just that only 3 or 4 Digimon has been changed. It's always like that. So that's quite a bad time for fans, yeah? And a good time for the executives, and a bad time for parents who had to buy multiple devices if they were willing to buy for their kids. So yes, there's a better product design now. It's all, both versions 4 and 4.5 are combined into one. So that's it for its profile and evolution conditions. Since we're done with that, let's take a closer look at its sprite, shall we? Alright, let's take a closer look at Palmon's sprite here. It's been idling across the screen and it looks great moving around in Digimon's house. Let's take it out of Digimon's house and put it into the nice flowery garden. Oh, and I realized that I turned off the sound. Let's switch it on. Yeah, that's Palmon's sprite, by the way. One thing to note about Palmon's sprite, those who are familiar, I think I mentioned briefly just now, at version 4 Palmon also appears, but Palmon's sprite is actually different design. So they kind of revamped it a bit. I think back then back in my childhood days, I really noticed a big difference. I was like, maybe I think it's to do with the popularity of the anime. They wanted to make sure that the anime characters have nicer sprites, so they decided to revamp Palmon's sprite to this newer version. For those who are curious on how Palmon's sprite actually looks like on version 4, I have the version 4 color Digimon log as well. You can check out the Digimon Color version 4. You can see Palmon's original sprite. It's the colored version of the black and white. So if you look at it, there were 2 designs, and I like that they maintained it. So in Digital Monsters version 4, Palmon's sprite is exactly as it was in the 1990s, but they colored it. And now on Pendulum version 4, they have a newer Palmon sprite and they just colored it. So they didn't change it, they didn't like make it in sync or align. They just made it such that, hey, I know we have different Palmon designs for version 4 and Digimon Pendulum version 4, and we're just going to color it. We're not going to like make them the same or something. So I think it's cool that they did it this way. And yeah, this is Palmon. Palmon's newer, I guess, Digimon Adventure sprite design. We're gonna have that as well for our Virus Busters, where we have Agumon and Gabumon. So yeah, spoiler alert, but yes, there's that thing as well in coming up in Virus Busters. Yeah, so sprites that look closer to the anime counterparts. Yeah, so Palmon here, that's Palmon sprite. Let's check out its feeding animation as usual. Oh, she doesn't want to eat, but Palmon says no eating, no food, I'm full. Right, that's his eating animation. Give it a piece of protein. Let's check out its training animation. Oh, yellow. So let's shake to yellow. Alright, there we go. Mega hit. Woo! It's lightning. It's lightning. Interesting. I think that although he has a lightning attacks, in his profile it doesn't have any mention about lightning attacks. Yeah, it's just poison ivy. So I wonder, is it like electrified poison ivy? I don't know. But in Digimon World 1, Palmon does have electric attacks. Yeah. Okay, and this is where Palmon's angry animation comes out. Ah, see. So you see, when you don't shake, you still can get some super hits, yeah? But she will still be angry. So I didn't remember wrongly, it's just that Nyokimon and Yokomon, if you don't shake, you really get 0 super hits. So that was Palmon's angry animation. We saw that. I just want to see the happy animation again. It's so cute. It's so cute when he looks happy. Let's check it out again. Ah, it's so happy. Hi, Palmon. Alright. And that's it's a eating and training animation and happy and angry animation. We have seen the one where he says no as well. Oh, it's nice. Anyway, let's see Palmon against the evening sky, because I usually want to just document that as well. Oh, look at the evening sky. Palmon looks great against it. And then let's see sleeping animation as well. Sleeps at 8. Oh, it's so cute! Oh, I didn't expect this. I like it when the sleeping animation is very distinct and different from the just idle animation. Like they actually put in effort to make it look different. So I don't remember this. I remember playing a version of 4.5. So a bit of the recap of my childhood history. I was talking about how some of my friends lent me the version 4 to play, and that same kid that was really lucky to have all the different latest Digimon versions also had a 4.5 eventually, and it was so cool to see that clear transparent case. And of course I already knew the existence of 0.5 because my cousin had a 2.5, right? So I knew about Deep Saver's 2.5. I knew that 0.5s exist, but back then when he showed me his 4.5, it just looked so cool. And his 4.5 was a green with a yellow button and yellow case, yellow frame. So it was cool. And I think we did manage to see Palmon then, but we didn't see the rest of the version 4.5 evolution lines. Right? It was only Palmon that we managed to see. But because by then I didn't get to play Palmon, so I didn't get to see Palmon's sleeping animation. But this is the first time, and that's why I'm so shocked at this. But it looks good. It honestly looks good. Anyway, that's it for Palmon's log for today. If you haven't already, please go ahead and rap the like and subscribe button with Palmon's Poison Ivy and turn on all notifications so you don't miss any of my uploads. I document every Digimon that I raise, and I have playlists for Vital Bracelet, Vital Bracelet BE, Digimon Color, Digimon Pendulum Color, so please feel free to check out those playlists. Otherwise, thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Bye!